Hi, this is Coach Chris again. We had some really remarkable feedback on the previous videos, and today that we're going to go discuss is the elbow. So a lot of the players asked, okay, they're getting some elbow issues. What a common misconception is the elbow is really a shoulder problem, right? And what we have in the back, it's called the scapula, right? So the scapula has a tendency to lose its stability, which causes some other areas to compensate within the arm, specifically the forearm and in the inner here, causing what we call as a UCL. So that's called the ulnar collateral ligament, causing some elbow pain. And we're going to go into some detail after this. This is Coach Chris again. We're going to go through some of the demonstrative actions that you all as pickleball players swing with the paddle, depending. So if I'm up here in this area, if I'm coming from the side, or if I'm coming overhead for the actual serve, you have to be able to control what is called the shoulder blade, the scapula that I referred to earlier. When the musculature around it, like the traps here, the serratus anterior, the supporting architecture forward of the scapula, if we lose that because it feels unstable, those muscles tighten up. And when it tightens up, that even translates down, right, towards the elbow, which is causing some of this elbow issue here, this UCL specifically, because you still got to turn over to create torque. This muscle, and again, I won't go into the details to bore you, but they'll tighten up, reducing what can transmit through here. So force transmits, right, and the bones, joints, translate motion. So we're losing some of this, causing this excessive wear and tear on the elbow joint. Coach Chris again, I'm going to go through just a few band exercises to be able to help not just take the pain away, but to be able to restore function. Or even if you don't have the issue, this is going to help prevent it and just make you a better overall pickleball player when it comes to being able to utilize the position angles that you need to play well on the court. So the first one we're going to do, you get an anchor point. I have something like this, but you can put it on a door hinge. And if it's on a door hinge, let me just go down to one knee. When I pull in, see how my hand goes through here, I wrap this way. Okay, if I need a little more tension, I just pull up on the band just like so. When I pull in, my elbow, I'm gonna pull in. My elbow doesn't pass my rib cage. If it passes my rib cage, I'm gonna promote what is called scapular winging. That's going into the opposite of what we would like to do. Scapular winging just means my shoulder blade is translating towards my spine. I don't want that. So again, I'm gonna pull here. When I'm right here, I'm gonna hold for 2 seconds. So it's 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Slowly releases for 3. So like that's 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. When I'm straight, I rip back. I'm gonna repeat that for 3 sets, 7 to 9 repetitions per side. Okay? When I do the opposite, my left arm, my right knee will come up, and I assume the same position just on the opposite side. Another one that we would like to do is I'm standing, okay? I'm gonna come from an angle. Again, if I need more tension, I'm here. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna pull in, wrap this elbow into the rib cage, and you should feel the muscles in the back tighten up, and that's a good sign. That's gonna help be able to promote the function strength that we want. So again, I pull quickly, I hold for 2 seconds, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. It slowly releases for the 3 seconds as we discussed earlier. When I reach all the way out, boom, I rip back. But if you notice, when I'm ripping back, see, I'm not here, my elbow's not here. I'm not pulling all the way here, I'm stopping right here, okay? And again, that's gonna be for 3 sets, 7 to 9 reps per side. Now, I wanna show you with something that we can actually use the paddle with. So we have a band here, okay? Just like this. I'm gonna wrap like this, okay? But when I do that, I'm here. See how it wraps around here? Just like this. So I've pulled, now I can come through, over, this way, here. Change my positions. And don't let it slingshot you back. Control your motion. This isn't about how much power and speed I can put through. It's about what my rhythm looks like and my timing, okay? So if I'm coming from behind, okay, I'm here. This way, I come over above, here. You can come this way, you can come here. You can come from the back, this way. You see, the band wraps around my hand. Take it here. Take the paddle. It's just like this. You can even, I can come over so I get better function at the elbow. You can run through that series say 2 rounds, 15 to 20 seconds, change your position. I'm gonna go forehand, I can come backhand, I can come overhead if I want to have for a serve, or if I'm coming up for overhand hit. Even if I'm coming forward, I want to translate this way, I can come back with it, I can even go to a multi-direction. The goal is to go slow, have good rhythm and timing, and build function. If we go too quick, I say this a lot to my athletes, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. The goal is not to build fitness on dysfunction, the goal is to build function. All right. Guys, it's Coach Chris again. I just wanted to show you, maybe you don't have the cool little setup that I do in the garage, which is pretty normal not to have that, so don't get me wrong. So we can use a door, right? And there's some cool devices out there. I'll share some links over to Mateo, and you guys can kind of look them up. They're even on Amazon, easy to use for the door. But if, for today's purpose, just take the band here and shut the door. And you can do the same drills as we were talking about, right? So we can come from the high angle because we want to pull down, right? So that's going to be an easy way to come in there. It's going to be secured. Now, the only thing is the door may kind of compromise the rubber tubing after a while, right? So the band just kind of gets eaten up. So again, I'll share some links with him that you can possibly invest in to be able to hook it up to the door like a TRX strap does. The other one we can do if we want to come just straight across, we take the band. Here's your door handle. Wrap just like this, right? Come right underneath, see? And I can do the drills that we talked about before. So securing it here is really easy as well. But there are some cool devices that you can buy, just little anchor points, and we can send over some links to be able to take a look at that. But if you don't want to spend the money on that, which is not a problem, an easy way is just hooking up just like I showed you.